Now let's see the trigonometric ratios of 30, 45 and 60 degree angles. So from our previous lectures we know that on these unit circles we have this right triangle, right? And always the other two angles, the total of the other two angles is equal to 90 degrees. So in those cases we know that, for example, for 30 degrees, sine 30 degree is equal to cosine 60 degree, right? Also sine 60 degree is equal to cosine 30 degree, and for 45, sine 45 degree is equal to cosine 45 degree. So you know this formula, when x plus y is equal to 90 degrees, which is always the same case for our unit circles. This makes sine x is equal to cosine y. So let's look at the value of these. Let's find the value of these equations. So here, when I look at this right triangle, okay, so we know that our radius is 1, right, because it is on the unit circle. So if the length of the opposite side of 90 is 1, the length of the opposite side of 30 degrees is equal to 1 over 3, right? And since here is 30 degree, it means that this angle is equal to 60 degree, right? So, and the opposite side of 60 degree is equal to square root of 3 over 2. So this special triangle has always the same ratio, 30, 60 and 90 degree triangle, okay? So we know that sine is equal to opposite side over hypotenuse. So that's why sine 30 degree is equal to, our opposite side is 1 over 2 over hypotenuse, it's equal to 1, right? Which is equal to 1 over 2. When we want to find our, for example, cosine 60 degrees, okay, because we said that they are equal to each other. Let's see if they are or not. So here we have cosine is equal to adjacent side over hypotenuse, right? So adjacent side for 60 degrees, it is 1 over 2 over our hypotenuse is equal to 1. As you can see, they are equal to each other. So we can say that sine 30 degrees, which is equal to cosine 60 degrees, and these are all equal to 1 over 2. So sine 60 degrees, which is equal to cosine 30 degrees, this is equal to square root of 3 over 2, and for 45 degrees, the value of sine 45 degrees is equal to cosine 45 degrees, and these are all equal to square root of 2 over 2. When if you draw your right triangle, you will find these values. In this example, we have tangent 30 degrees plus sine 90 degrees times cosine 45 degrees is asked. So how we find the value of tangent 30 degrees? So we know that tangent x is equal to sine x over cosine x, right? So which means tangent 30 degree actually is equal to sine 30 degree over cosine 30 degree. So we know that sine 30 degree is equal to 1 over 2 over cosine 30 degree is equal to square root of 3 over 2. You have to know these values, and then from here we will get, when you divide this together, we will get 1 over square root of 3, okay? So now we know the value of tangent 30 degrees. Now let's see what is the value of sine 90 degrees. So when you draw your unit circle, so we know that this is our sine line, and this is our cosine axis, right? So 90 degree is here, and since it's equal to 1, which means sine 90 degrees is also equal to 1. So we know that our cosine 45 degrees is equal to square root of 2 over 2, right? So from here for tangent to 30 degrees, when I extend this by multiplying by square root of 3, I will get square root of 3 over 3 plus, we know that this is square root of 2 over 2 times 1, it's equal to square root of 2 over 2. So from here it is, when I multiply this by 2 and this is by 3, 2 square root of 3 plus 3 square root of 2, right? Yes, over 6. So this is the answer for our example. Let's look at this example. Here we have sine p over 4 plus cosine p over 3 over cosecant p over 6. So what we are doing when we see p? So we think it as 180 degrees. Okay, all you have to do is, instead of p, put 180 degrees and it will be easier for you to solve this kind of problems. So let's see. If we put 180 instead of p, here we will get sine 45 degrees, right? When we divide 180 by 4, we will get 45 plus 180 over 3, it's 60. So here it's cosine 60 degrees over, here we have cosecant p over 6. So if I put 180 instead of p, I will get cosecant 30 degrees, right? So let's find the value, their values. So we know that sine 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2 plus cosine 60 degrees, it's 1 over 2 divided by, so cosecant 30 degrees. Cosecant is 1 over sine, right? Sine 30 degrees in this case. So sine 30, it's equal to 1 over 2. So it's 1 over 1 over 2, which is equal to 2. So here I write 2. And from here, let's do this. It's square root of 2 plus 1. Square root of 2 plus 1 over 2. So when I put this up, it will be 1 over 2. So from here we will get square root of 2 plus 1 over 4 as our answer. Let's continue with some examples in order to remember the formulas that we covered before, because trigonometry is a very long topic. So we like time to time we should actually solve some questions to remember the formulas we covered before. So let's continue with this example. Here we have sine x plus cosine x is equal to 2 over 3. So what is the value of sine x times cosine x? So in this kind of questions, you will always try to get this value, this expression actually, okay? So in this example, for example, let's take all these to square root of 2. So here we will do like this, and also since this is an equation, you also have to take square root to the square of this value. So here, when I extend this expression, we will get sine square x plus 2 times sine x times cosine x plus cosine square x, which is equal to 4 over 9, right? So as you can see, we have our expression here, sine x times cosine x. Okay, so all we have to do is to find these values, and then we will leave this expression alone, and we will be able to find the answer to our example. So we know that sine square x plus cosine square x is equal to 1, right? So instead of these two, I can write 1 plus 2 times sine x times cosine x, which is equal to 4 over 9. Okay, perfect. Now let's put this one to other side. So from here we will get 2 sine x cosine x is equal to 4 over 9. 4 over 9 minus 1, which is equal to minus 5 over 9. Okay, so we know that 2 sin x cos x is equal to minus 5 over 9. So from here, sine x times cosine x is equal to, when I put this 2 here as like this, so it will be minus 5 over 9 times 1 over 2, which is equal to minus 5 over 18. Let's continue with this example. Here we have cotangent square x minus cosecant square x is asked. So let's write them like for cotangent square x, we can write this as cosine square x over sine square x, right? So for cosecant x, what is the cosecant x? It's equal to 1 over sine x, right? So instead of this, we can write 1 over sine square x. So let's write them down here. So here we have cosine square x over sine square x minus 1 over sine square x. Since they have the same denominator, we can write them as cosine square x minus 1 over sine square x. So what can we do after this? Okay, so we know that sine square x plus cosine square x is equal to 1, right? So instead of cosine square x minus 1, when I put this one here and this sine square x to other side, let's see what we get. So cosine square x minus 1, which is equal to minus sine square x, you see. So this expression is equal to minus sine square x. So instead of cosine square x minus 1, I can write this. Okay, it's minus sine square x over, I have another sine square x here, so this will cancel out each other and our answer will be minus 1. In this example, we have 5 over 6 times sine x is equal to 2 over cosine x. What is the value of secant square x? So let's start. Actually, what is the formula for secant x? It's equal to 1 over cosine x, right? So in this case, instead of this, we can actually write 1 over cosine square x. So this is asked. Okay, this is our question. So let's look at this equation here. Let's do cross multiplication here. When we do cross multiplication, we will get 5 cosine x is equal to 2 times 6 times sine x, right? So let's put unknowns one side and unknowns to other side. When we do that, 5 over 2 times 6, because I put these two like here, and it's equal to sine x over cosine x, right? So sine x over cosine x, what is this? This is equal to tangent x, right? This is the formula for tangent x. So this is equal to 5 over 2 times 6, it's 12. As you can see, we found the value of tangent x. So what we do when we have values like this, we immediately draw our right triangle, right, to find the other side, and it will be easier for us to find the value of sine, cosine, cotangent, whatever you want. So let's do that. Let's draw our right triangle here. Okay, so let's say this is our x, angle of x, and tangent x is equal to 5 over 12. So tangent is opposite sides over adjacent side, right? So adjacent side is 12, which is equal to this side, this length. So this is actually a special right triangle, 5, 12, and 13, right? This is a special one. So after this, actually everything is much easier. All we need to find is the value of 1 over cosine square x, right? So what is the value of cosine x? Cosine x is adjacent side over hypotenuse. So adjacent side, let me write cosine x. So adjacent side is 12, right? 12 over hypotenuse is equal to 13. So now we can find the value of this, which is equal to cosine square x. Here 1 over, so we will take the square of this. It's 144 over 169, right? Yes. So when we do this operation, we will get 169 over 144, and this is our answer to our example.